YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Late Phase, man. Thank y'all for tuning back into another video. I appreciate y'all. So today I'm gonna be doing a low taper. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick all the hair out. I'm gonna be taking some at the top too. So I'm gonna pick the hair out, make sure I know how long it is. Then I'm gonna get right into the taper, brushing the side down just to get this hair to lay how I need to. I'm gonna go in with this number 3 guard down against the grain just to soften it up and to make that blend into the top real smooth. So then I can come in against the grain and it already have that transition into the top already kind of established. Just makes it easier and it softens it up. So right here to put in my bald line, I'm gonna be creating a triangle shape just to give my taper a different look. So I'm gonna just keep that shape as I'm going in. So what I'm gonna do is I have my blade open on my Babyliss FXs and I'm gonna flick out to establish this guideline. After that, I'm gonna lay my blade flat up to the top of the guideline. Then I'm gonna close my clipper halfway, go halfway down the guideline, close my clipper all the way, and go to the bottom of it and take it out completely. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing right here, going up about 3/4 of an inch with my number 1 guard open. And then after I establish my guideline by flicking out, lay my blade flat, then halfway closed, then all the way closed to the bottom of it. Then I'm gonna come in with my 0 guard. And I'm gonna finish taking that line out completely. Make sure that you're always brushing one and fading one, just so you keep everything nice and neat and consistent. So right here, y'all, I'm gonna come with my number 2 guard and I'm gonna just go real slow, real nice and light. See how I'm not coming up into the curls, I'm just fading with this little bitty spot up into it, just right there. I'm not going up too high, I'm just tapping this line, just softening this line. And I'm gonna go down against the grain with the 2 just to soften it up even more. I'm just softening this so I can come in with my 1.5 and take it out completely. So now I'm gonna come in and just soften this line up with my number 1.5 guard. I'm gonna be going down against the grain once again just to soften it up, just so I can come up against the grain and it blend a little easier for me. So right here, I'll start with, just like everything else, I start with the blade open, then I close it halfway, then I go all the way down to the bottom of the line with my blade closed, take it out completely. And if it doesn't take it out, I come back in with my number 1 guard and just use my corner of my blade and do some detail work, just picking out dark spots and making it as smooth as possible. That's what I'm saying, coming in with my number 1 guard, doing detail work, just smoothing it out, making it a little more smooth than it was before. And if y'all watch my videos, y'all know that with my 0 guard and with my 1.5 guard, I look at them the same way. I never set guidelines in with them, I only take lines out with them. Therefore, I call them my eraser guards. As in, if there's line left over from my blade open to my number 1 closed, or from my number 1 open to my number 2 closed, then I use the 0 guard and the 1.5 guard to come and clean it up and erase the line, erase the line completely and make the fade as smooth as possible. Alright y'all, so the same thing on the back. I'm gonna come in with this number 3 guard open and I'm just gonna go down just enough just to soften it up so I can come in with it closed and just so it blends into them curls. This just helps to blend. So what I call a blend is from the fade, from the short hair into the top. If they got long hair on top, I call that a blend. It don't matter if they got curly hair, straight hair, whatever hair texture they got, I call that the blend. From the fade to the top, how well did you blend the transition? So that just helps you blend the transition to make it a lot more smooth and a lot better, and it saves a little bulk there to where you can come in and do some freehand and just make it even better and get that transition of the blend from the fade to the top as smooth as you can get it, because that's another detailed part of a haircut. Also with the back, I'm not going to show a lot of the back just because I was in the way of the camera a lot. I was trying a new angle. I was trying to get it down lower so you can kind of see from a bottom angle like this, but ended up just being in the way. This was the first time I tried this, so yeah, just bear with me, y'all. But same thing, I'm gonna clean up, establish my guideline, make sure it's nice and neat. Take it out with my, so these are my those are my non-zero gap trimmers. These are my zero gap trimmers. If you was wondering why I did it with both, it's just it just adds another transition, another level to your fade to give you the best, most smooth, clean transition and fade as possible. So right here, I'm gonna be doing the same thing. I just got my I just got my blade open, and I'm just going up like 3/4 of an inch. Usually in the back I go up the full inch, but I realize that I don't have a lot of room to work here, so I just gotta make this blend a little tighter. And how do you do that? You just don't set your guidelines in as big. Like I said, I'm not gonna show the full back. Just pay attention to my clipper and how I'm moving it, and just see what I told you on the other side, and you'll understand. So I got the blade open all the way up, close the clipper halfway down the fade, close the clipper all the way, go to the bottom of the fade. Alright y'all, so I sped this side up tremendously. The reason that I don't talk on this side and speed it up is just because I want you to implement what you learned the same day that you learned it. Not that you're implementing it physically, but you are mentally. So you got to think about what I did, think about the steps I did on the other side, and apply it to this side so that you can know what you're going to do, and that you could apply it to your game when you get into the shop, or you could try my techniques, you know what I'm saying? So just know that that's why I do that. So I'm gonna tap back in with you at the lineup. Alright y'all, I said I was going to tap back onto the lineup, but I forgot that I shaved his hair. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do right here. I'm going to shave his hair. I'm going to keep it, you know, just keep it real clean. And I'm not going to take too much off. You don't want a lot of. So yeah, y'all can just see what I do. And I'm going to, this time, for real, I'm going to tap back onto the lineup for real. Yes sir, here we go. So this is my favorite part of this video, just because I kept this. Usually I do everything and I speed everything up a little bit. Right here I kept this real live action, so y'all can see really how I do a lineup, just so that it can help you, because I know it's going to help a lot of people, because I know I used to struggle doing lineups. I used to be scared, you know what I'm saying? I've learned, I've done it all, so I learned from mistakes that I've made. So if I can keep y'all, prevent y'all, or help y'all from making them mistakes, that's all I want to do. So as you're doing a lineup in the back, in the neck taper, you do not have to, any lineup anywhere, you don't have to push it back at all. You can tap these hairs in. They might not look like they're there, but they're there. Take this video for example. Look how I just created that line on his neck taper. I just created that nape line with just, look how I did it. I just tapped it in. I didn't push it back. I didn't dig in. I didn't go farther over into it to where the hairs was darker. I just kept it right out as far as I could to keep it as natural as I could, so that, you know, it could last. This is gonna do, like, this has a bunch of benefits for you and for the client. It gives the client the best lineup possible because it's the most natural lineup that you can give them. It lasts the longest because it's the most natural lineup that you can give them, and it's, you know what I'm saying, it's clean. It's clean. It's a clean, natural lineup. And there's nothing better than a clean, crispy, natural lineup. There's nothing better than that, and it's just gonna last the longest for the client. So make sure that you brush over it after you got your line established. make sure that you brush the long hairs down and cut them, the overhanging hairs, just so nothing can hang over it. So no matter which way the client, you know what I'm saying, brushes his hair, whatever he does, his lineup's still crispy and solidified. That's why I say my lineups are always solidified, because I always follow the same steps. That's why I say my lineups are always solidified. I always follow the same steps. I always make sure every hair is cut and everything is, you know what I'm saying, lined where it's supposed to be lined, and you know, solidified. All the overhanging hairs, or there is no overhanging hairs because I cut them. So I lined up natural as possible, kept it natural as possible, and then I solidified it by bringing all the overhanging hairs down and cutting them and solidifying them also. So I solidified the whole thing completely. So right here, when I get into this lineup, I'm just gonna do the same thing. Watch how I tap this in. Just tapping it, boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Natural. It might not be the darkest. It might not have, you know, it might not be the darkest. You might not be able to see it as well, but it's the most natural. So it's gonna look the best to me. And then notice how it gets. I set in my slants, and once I get to the top of the ear, I pull his ear down just so I can see around it, and I just use the edge of my blade or the corner of my blade to make this around the ear. And I always keep it the shape that it's already. Every lineup already provides a shape for you. It's just up to you to go around and establish that shape where it's really supposed to be at, where the hairs begins to grow instead of overhanging hairs. Hopefully that makes sense to y'all. But y'all see what I do. So I set the first one in, or the rough draft. It's just like writing a paper. You do the rough draft, you might do it one more time and then do the final copy. I go over it 2 to 3 times just so I know, and I brush down, just like I said, just so I know that everything on my lineup is solidified, no matter what way the client brushes his hair, sponges his hair. It don't matter what they do, the lineup's solidified, because I'm the barber and I took care of them, and I made sure that I made that happen for them. It's all about the details, not only in the fade, but in the haircut and the shape up, in the lineup and everything. It's all in the details. God is in the details. So make sure you tap into them. Alright y'all, so to begin the front lineup, what I do is, if y'all been watching my videos, y'all know I start in the middle. So I plant in the middle, I work my way to one side. Usually I work to the left side first, my left, their right, the right side of their head, the left side for me. And then once I meet from the middle to the side, once the side meets the vertical bar, that's when I'll tap the vertical bar in. Then I'll work on my C cup. Then I'll just repeat the exact same steps on the other side. Start from the middle, work to the other side. Once the side meets the vertical bar, I tap the vertical bar in, and then I do my C cup. If there's a C cup, if there's no C cup, obviously the lineup is complete. But I always go over it multiple times, always brush down, always make sure that the overhanging hairs are cut and there is no overhanging hairs. Always solidify your lineups. That's gonna make you stand out. It's all about details. Like I said, God is in the details, you know. Y'all know my name Late Phase, but the information I'm giving y'all and the lines that I be putting out and how they be popping, y'all can call me Line Up Late too. So right here, I'm just tapping my vertical bar. Notice how I brushed all the hair over, just so it solidifies the hair. There's no overhanging hairs. It don't matter which way the client brushes. So right here, I'm just tapping it. I'm just gonna cut that. I've seen a couple little hairs trying to pop out. So I'm gonna cut them. So to establish my vertical bars, what I do is I start at the top. I work my way a little bit down, then I come to the bottom and meet it at the top. So hopefully that makes sense. Y'all just seen what I did, so it gotta make sense. and then I just keep it natural as possible and just create this shape. Like I said, it may not look like there's hair there, but there is hair there. So just go over it, and it's gonna form to the pattern that you make it form, or to the line, to the art. You are the artist. You form this art. The shape of this lineup is in your hands. Make sure that you're, you know what I'm saying, living up to what you want your name to be. You know, y'all want to be known as one of the best barbers. Make sure that you giving the best fades, the best lineups. You know what I'm saying? And then it's all about giving the best haircut, giving the best conversation, giving the best customer service, giving the best overall client experience. People gonna love y'all, man. Just stay tuned, just stay locked in, man. Perfect your craft and make sure that your conversations are very meaningful, and customer service as well. Just the overall client experience, and you know, everything will come to you. Just stay focused, stay locked in, use your faith and hard work. Just trust God and pray about it, and you know, you're gonna get to where you want to be. All of us are great. We just you gotta find your niche and see what you want, and go get it, make it happen, and don't wait for nothing. Like, go get everything. Obviously you gotta wait on God, but y'all know what I mean. Like, make sure that you using your faith and your hard work and putting the work in for what you asking God for, and making sure that you're ready. So y'all see, I just did the same thing on this side. YouTube, this the final cut. You know what I'm saying? Fade butter. The lineup's, you know what I'm saying, the lineup's popping. All natural. Actually, I did throw some enhancements in there, but you know, y'all seen the lineup before I added enhancements, so I did not need it. But I hope that y'all learned something. I hope that y'all take something from my game, apply it to yours, and advance in your career. If y'all watch just to watch, just to be satisfied, just because you like barbering videos, I appreciate y'all. If y'all aren't already subscribed, please smash that subscribe button. Go ahead, leave me a like and a comment. Continue to help me to grow. Y'all, leaving me a like and a comment does way more than y'all know, because it helps me grow in the Instagram algorithm. So I appreciate y'all. Please tune back into the next one, and may God bless.